Hi, everyone. Welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Wednesday, July 20th, 2022. And tonight, I wanted to take a look at something that happened yesterday and see if the tarot has any deeper insights than what's already been reported. One moment, I'll share a screen using, as always, nowadays, mainstream sources. There was a fire at Hoover Dam yesterday, a hydroelectric dam that serves a huge swath of California, Arizona, and Nevada, if I'm not mistaken. And according to news reports, there was a transformer fire. There were no injuries or deaths, and they were able to put it out within 30 minutes. So there you have it. Now, because we know that there are dams across the planet that aren't quite as only utilitarian and useful, for example, the Three Gorges Dam in China is reported to have some really not heartwarming activity underneath it. And so let's take a look at Hoover Dam. I don't get the same sense from that. By the way, just a little point of interest. My paternal grandfather was an engineer who worked on numerous dam projects across the planet, and one of them was Hoover Dam. He was very proud of his work at the Hoover Dam. Took a ton of pictures without one person in them of the dam because he was so, to him, they were meaningful. We got these shoebox of pictures when he passed away, and they all looked like the same thing to me. So, but he never reported anything unusual as far as the dam construction went, other than the fact that they did have some fatalities, which was not uncommon in those days before OSHA, in the construction of the dam. So, but the universe knows more than we do, doesn't it? Let's see, I'm going to ask the universe tonight, is there more information that we should be aware of about that fire at the Hoover Dam? And if so, what is it? Okay, keeping it simple and letting the universe do its beautiful magical thing and informing us or putting our minds at ease. So we want to know about that fire that happened yesterday at Hoover Dam. And is there more to the story? And if so, what? Our first card is the Nine of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Five of Cups, Ten of Wands, Four of Wands, Death, Tower. Well, that's one of the things I love about tarot cards. Just when you think you have intuited all there is to the story, sometimes the cards tell you, no, there's a little more going on than you thought. Okay, so at the start of the read, I thought, kind of what I expected. Okay. The situation was indicated by the Nine of Pentacles. And so now she is just a very loving, kind, so it's the situation is nothing to be worried about. It's illuminated a little more by the Four of Cups, which is telling us, but there is something in the background that you're not aware of, okay? And that's kind of bolstered by the fact that in the recent past, we've got the recent past, the present, the near future going on here. Recent past, the Five of Cups is a card of disappointment. It's a cup, it's a card of loss. So yes, there was a loss of a transformer yesterday, but it looks like there may be a little going on with our Hoover Dam than we're being told. Okay, whatever it was, we have for the present the Ten of Wands, which is a completion card. So that smoke billowing out yesterday, I don't think we have to be looking for more of it. Whatever was going on, this kind of completed a project that's been happening there in the background. Okay, now looking ahead the near future. Now this looks rosy and wonderful. The Four of Wands, there's no way to read this normally, but just a card of happiness, of partnership. It is a good card. However, it is not being very well aspected as far as the further information and advice go. The Death card means long, slow change. So while we do have cause to celebrate that whatever was happening at that Hoover Dam has come to a completion, it's been part of a long, slow process. Okay, and the tower moment, this may simply refer to what happened yesterday. If you look at that footage of the explosion, it looks amazingly like a tower moment there. Let's see if we can get a little more information from the cards. Okay, another reassuring one, we have the Six of Wands, and that's a victory card, and wreaths on tarot cards always signify a victory. We have a Judgment card. So if there was activity at, in, or under that dam that was nefarious, it has been dealt with. Yeah. Yeah, something was going on there. They were using the Hoover Dam for more than the Hoover Dam. And that may be why they've been allowing Lake Mead to go as low as it has, to get as dry as it has. But ultimately, now the Empress for me, often, if I'm asking about Russia, she often shows up as the Russia card. But she also shows up working with the world. She's our Mother Earth maternal energy. So again, we're getting reassured that something was happening there. There was more to that story than they caught on video or admitted in news reports. But we're being reassured that whatever it was, is kind of something that's come to an end. So maybe another cleanup area that's happening in our world. So now I need to go look and see if there was recent earthquake activity in the area and a couple of the other things I check to see if that confirms it, but I'll do that after I conclude this video. So much to my surprise, there was apparently more to the story than I thought. So I'm glad I looked into it, and I hope you enjoyed that look too. And if anybody has any speculations or information about what activity was brought to a halt yesterday that was signified by that supposed transformer fire, please feel free to share with me, okay, or in the comments with one another. Thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you taking a little of your precious time to watch my videos. And if you'd like to subscribe, I'd love to have you. Those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. Those of you that have been patient and resubscribed for whatever reason that seems to be necessary, thank you so much. I appreciate every one of you. Good night.